Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya al-mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, it's a wonderful day blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our journey towards our doing good works, so that we receive the barakah, the love and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we are continuing on our journey of how we're going to be achievers in this life. And I have, alhamdulillah, developed a simple framework in which we work on the 6P and the G and L. We have talked about the 6P, G and L. Alright, so this is the framework. Okay. This framework is very simple. Our children, we can teach that develop a life system of peace, happiness, success, of forgiveness, mercy, compassion and love. So I hope you spread this whatever that framework that we have developed. Always do more and more and more, and then we develop this whole idea of a wonderful 21st century led by Muslims in a way that we achieve peace, happiness and success. So how to become achievers in this world and the hereafter? Alright, the first P is the purpose and meaning in life. So we must all know our purpose and meaning in life, because modern human beings, modern teenagers, the Gen Z or the millennials, they are lost. They don't know why they are on this earth. Is it just to become a billionaire? Is it just to do some business? Is it just to have fun? Is it what? So we must know this purpose as Caliph of Allah on this earth. That's why in this book we put one whole chapter on being the Caliph of Allah. It's very important. Once you have that anchored as your base, inshallah the next level is you understand your presence on this earth. Presence insofar as the four level, the spiritual, emotional, mental and physical presence. And you understand the absolute presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His presence encompasses everything. Once you know that, then you are living in a holistic, balanced manner, living in the now, living with mindfulness, living with consciousness, and so many terminology, living in the flow, so many things that you can achieve. To be an achiever, you must understand the whole idea of what is presence. So the second P, the third P is positive psychology. So this is based on positive Islamic psychology. So master this book. Inshallah, we'll put this online and then you can access to it and then learn how to become an achiever in life based on the premise of positive Islamic psychology, because this work is done by a great scholar, Professor Muhammad Ali Jenkins. His whole life, his last 20 years of his life was developing this Khalifa method and positive Islamic psychology. So you can understand a lot of his manuscripts that is rewritten here by me, and then you can have a better idea of positive lifestyle, which is consonant with Islam, positive Islamic psychology. Alright, so the third P, the fourth P is you must have physical wellness and energy. So we cannot having a junk food civilization. We cannot have a fast food civilization. We cannot have a civilization based on anxiety, depression, hormonal imbalance, nutritional imbalance and so on. So we have to bring back to the holistic lifestyle of physical energy. Then the fifth P is productivity. How are we going to be productive ummah? I have discussed this in many of the videos in the past. Alright, we must be a productive ummah. We must be a talented ummah. We must be an ummah of achievers. Then we can exercise our influence on the world, not the other way around, where the world influences us. So we must be productive citizen of the world. We must be good, peaceful citizen of the world and work hard to achieve whatever goals, dreams, vision, mission in life that you want to achieve, whichever that is good, because in Allah's hand is all good. Biyadikal khair. Allah, in Allah's hand is all good. So there is so many things good that you can access by being a productive, useful citizen of this world. Then we talk about the next P, the sixth P is persuasion. That in this 21st century, Islam must be based on positive personal, social, societal and civilizational development. I use a short word, persuasion, but this P is also P, positive personal, social, societal, and civilizational development. So it's a very big idea. But this idea must be inculcated to every single young Muslims, so that their role as the Caliph of Allah on this earth is to develop positive personality, to develop a positive social environment, societal environment, and a civilization based on peace, happiness, success, and love, forgiveness, as Allah has ordained. So then I've discussed how we're going to develop a giving and a just society. This giving and just society, because Islam emphasizes on justice. So now we are coming to the final aspect of love. How are we going to talk about love? What are we going to talk about love? What are we going to do about love? And all these things boils down to the idea that Islam is a religion of love. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained upon us. Allah tells us in the Quran, He is a Ghafurul Wadud. In many places, He tells us about His love for the righteous person, His love for those who do good, His love for those who follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all the other, the deen, His love in so many ways. Why is it? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained love, His love for all of us. And inshallah, if you understand that, then we will not be frustrated, we will not have anxiety of existence on this earth, that we know that we came from a spiritual realm, from the realm that Allah has ordained, a realm of close proximity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a realm of love, a realm of mercy and compassion, a realm of realization, the glory of God. And we are then put on this earth. All right? And then we have to go through this process of cleansing, this whole process of developing this sense of love. So inshallah, over the next few videos, I will try to explain to you this whole concept of love. Then we become what we call, at the apex of this is total success as achievers in this life and the hereafter. So this is the whole model, this framework that I am trying to pass on to the world. Alhamdulillah, if you like it, tune into our videos, tune into our lesson. From video number 1, go to PI, Islamic Motivation PIP, and inshallah you get those tips, and then you can later on implement some of those tips, and then gradually learn step by step of how we can create a loving society, because this positive personal, social, societal, and civilizational development must all be based on love. There's no other way for us to live in the 21st century. So Muslims must understand our role, our purpose, our meaning of how we can positively contribute to this world, to this universe, and to our submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He has ordained this idea of love. Because He created this whole existence out of His divine love. And this is amply explained by thousands of our scholars throughout history. You read their readings, you read their manuscript, you read their books. Subhanallah, it is so beautiful. So if we can manifest this whole idea of love, then we can move away from a very negative worldview of Islam to a very positive worldview of Islam, and then we create a new civilization based on love. And inshallah, that is the purpose and meaning that we can harness within ourselves with the grace, mercy, and the love of Allah, always remembering that He has created us out of His divine grace and love, that He has created us as His representative on earth, as His Caliph on this earth, and He has ordained upon us 3 things only for us to do in this world. That is, first, to make ourselves good and righteous, so that we live in a good and righteous life of Iman and Islam. Second, to help others to be good, to understand this meaning of goodness. And third, helping this world good by having this positive personal, societal, and civilizational development based on love. So inshallah, in the next few videos, I'll try to explain to you how to harness this gift of love from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us, and how we can give back this love to ourselves, our family, our friends, our society, to the world, and to the universe. as a true and sincere servant of Allah. Always striving to make ourselves good, helping others to be good, making the world good, inshallah.